Hi, Katherine. I'm newer to the team, but I'm a young composer. I just got out of college, where I studied music and political science, and I've been composing for a really long time. I was actually trained as a classical composer, but I kind of realized halfway through college that I wanted to shift into more of the film side, because I was just really inspired by the television and movies I was consuming, and I was like, I have to have my sound and my music on the big screen. And yeah, I Mark and Adonis took me under their wing. They were so generous and have taught me so much about music. I obviously still have a lot more to learn, but I'm really trying to take every opportunity and just go all into it. And yeah, it's been such a journey, and I feel so blessed to be able to do this with them. So,
Awesome. Awesome. So the first question I have is, what do you think people who are considering entering the field as a composer should know? Is there something, are there things that are, maybe misconceptions that they have?
I was just going to say really quickly, I think what's so unique about a composer in media and television and film is that it's so collaborative, and you're constantly meeting and working with different people. And I think for me that was the biggest shift from just composing on my own solo to doing it with a team. It's so important to be able to connect with people and to listen to people, and to have them respect you and you respect them. A big part of what we do, like we said, is networking and meeting, and maybe going to lunch with other composers, or meeting with directors and talking with them about their vision and what their goals and aspirations are. Yeah, I think the composing thing, it's something that we can do and we're good at it, and we love to do it. But it's really about the people, I think. And at least for me, I'm super extroverted, so I would not do well if I was just locked in my room composing. And I love this because I feel I always get to talk to new people and just be around people I really like and who I respect. And that's the most fulfilling part.
So how would you recommend that somebody get started? What would be their first steps? And maybe, Catherine, you're the one that should answer this, but,
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I can speak a little to that. It's definitely an untraditional path, for sure. At least for me, I went to a very traditional college. Most people are doing tech or consulting or finance. So I feel I was a little off the beaten path, but it's something I really love and it was worth it. But yeah, I think what I did was find the biggest thing for me is find really, really good mentors. Mark and Adonis are incredible mentors. I had a great classical composition mentor in high school who helped me get into the schools that I wanted to go to. So find a really good mentor. Just take every single opportunity, even if it's not super glamorous. Just say yes to everything. Be willing to do whatever, even if it's I don't know, getting coffee for someone or assisting someone in emails or something if you like their work. Just doing the small tasks and building your rapport with your network, and having mentors who believe in you and who you commit to, and just really showing up every day. I think if you put in the work and you're passionate about it, you'll get to where you want to be. Obviously, I'm still super young and I have a long journey ahead of me, but I feel so grateful that I was pulled up by these mentors, and they're working so generously and giving me so many opportunities. So I think mentorship is the biggest thing, and just being ready to do anything and always say yes.
Awesome advice. Awesome. So what would you say, I don't want to go too much longer, take too much of your time,
Right.
But what would you say are the biggest perks from being a composer?
I think one of the biggest perks for me is so much emotion goes into the music, and it sounds cliche, but I think it's really inspiring, and there's an audience to reach and a message to send that is something a message of goodness. And help in a lot of ways. Like, some of the projects we're working on are with like nonprofits who are really trying to help people, and I feel like art and music is like one of the main vehicles for change. As cheesy as that sometimes sounds, but I think it's really true. And I feel like we put ourselves into that and into that work, and I feel like I get a lot of fulfillment in life out of doing that and out of knowing that I'm doing something with purpose. And it's just really fun because it's just something I already like to do. So it's so rewarding. So.
Are there any drawbacks?
That's a good question.
I'm going to have her take this one. What are some drawbacks? What do you think?
Well, I can't speak to everyone, but I think for me as a young woman, it's definitely a very male-dominated field, and really trying to like prove myself is something that I've had to like be challenged with. In all realms of music, in the classical world and the film world, I think there are people that, especially when you're younger and people higher up, kind of question your ability. That's been really difficult, but the scene is changing, and I think there's a lot more diversity in the field now, and people are trying to like lift each other up. But that was something that has definitely been hard. I just did actually a composition that was like ambisonic, so there were like multiple surround speakers, and it was really challenging because I'd never done that before. But it was so cool and so different because it really like immerses you in the space, and like you feel like you're actually like there. So yeah, that's just like kind of, I feel like I'm also like having, like learn the technology as it comes out and keep up with that. And yeah.
That's it. I guess that's something that composers need to be aware of. They need to be on top of what's happening in the industry.
Definitely.
So they're not left behind.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, I think that's more than I needed, which is